Today we're going to talk about Chandra, Acolyte of Flame and Oathbreaker, what kind of a deck we could build with her, what kind of signature spell might be best for her, and just generally how good she is in this format. So Chandra costs 3 mana and starts at 4 loyalty. 0. Put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. 0 again. Create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. And -2. You may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. There are 2 awesome ways we could take this deck. We could even combine both of them. The first one, obviously, is Planeswalker Tribal. That first ability of putting a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control is pretty good and pretty unique. It's kind of like a bad Proliferate, really. Proliferate just for planeswalkers. There's actually 41 planeswalkers that are either mono red or colorless, 18 of which are Chandras. So you get a pretty good variety to pick from there, although being mono red really does hold this back quite a bit. As far as signature spells that go with this strategy, I really like Volt Charge. It's a 3 mana instant, deals 3 damage to any target, proliferate, so you get to proliferate up all your planeswalkers, obviously. This can also take out an opponent's Oathbreaker, which is really nice. Repeated Reverberation is a 4 mana instant. When you cast an instant spell, cast a sorcery spell, or activate a loyalty ability this turn, copy that spell or ability twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Now, I want to note that this doesn't add or subtract anything from those planeswalkers, you just get the ability again. Not surprisingly, a lot of the red planeswalkers deal direct damage to your opponents, so this could be a good way to triple up on those abilities and kill your opponents. There's also 3 different options for 5 mana damage-based spells that also go search up a specific 6 mana Chandra. I like the card advantage there, but the cards just aren't good enough. I wouldn't recommend it. I just wanted to put it out there as an option. Next, we've got some options that synergize with her second ability. 1/1s that sacrifice at end of turn are not really game-breaking, but we can turn them into something that is. Divergent Transformation only costs 4 mana if you're in a 4-player game. Exile 2 target creatures. For each of those creatures, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Puts that card onto the battlefield, then shuffles the rest into their library. You can either target both of the little 1/1s Chandra makes, or you can target one of the 1/1s and just the biggest creature threat on the board and roll the dice and hope they don't get something even better. A deck with this game plan has to be built a specific way, so the only thing you're ever getting is a bomb. You're not running little creatures in a deck like this. Chaotic Transformation is another version of this. 6 mana, exile up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target enchantment, up to 1 target planeswalker, and or up to 1 target land. For each permanent exiled this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a card that shares a card type with it and puts it onto the battlefield. At 6 mana, this is almost definitely worse. However, I like that it can exile an opponent's Oathbreaker. Their deck is based around their Oathbreaker, so that is a big loss for them, and they probably don't have another planeswalker in the deck to flip into. And you still get to turn one of your 1/1s into an awesome bomb creature from your deck. If you're going to be playing one-on-one Oathbreaker, Transmogrify would be a better bet for the mana cost. It does the same thing, except with 1 creature instead of 2. I also gotta mention Jessica's Will, not because it's synergistic, but because it's probably the best signature spell in mono red. It gives you card advantage, it gives you mana, it's just awesome. Now, how powerful is Chandra? That's a good question. It depends how you build it, of course. If you're going to be transmogrifying into something on turn 4, that could be very good. For Super Friends, it's not that great. I have built it myself, actually, and it was a lot of fun. As a casual Oathbreaker, it is a blast to play. Mono red is really what's holding her back, though. So what do you think about her, and what are you building in Oathbreaker? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, you can check out one of my many other videos. I've got a whole bunch of these exploring planeswalkers and the best signature spells for them. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.